You got my Crocs in it too?
No.
It don't even fuck. I was just asking. It don't even matter at this point.
Okay. You ready, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, here we is. Man, we got my guy Shawn Cotton in the building. Say Cheese TV.
How you doing, Big D? It's a blessing.
Hey, man, it's a blessing, man. I appreciate you, man, blessing me as always.
Oh, yeah, man. 2020, it's a big year, and I always like to do interviews with people that I genuinely fuck with. You were a really early supporter in my career. You
Absolutely.
Know what I'm saying? So I can't say no to people who, were there early. I always feel like it's an obligation for me to go back and fuck with people who was fucking with me, at an early stage.
You know what, man? I really appreciate you, bro, for, taking the time out, man. And, first episode when I decided to do the podcast, I didn't know what I was doing. You always jumped off the porch and supported me, man. And I really appreciate you taking the time, man, going into detail with this interview, man. It's, this is my first time really getting to the one-on-ones. I know this is kind of more so your lane, but I kind of want
and that's the thing, because me and Vlad, I'm real cool with Vlad. And me, him, everybody do one-on-one interviews, but all of our interviews are different. You know what I'm saying? So I don't ever look at, if any of my friends do interviews, it's like, it's cool, because we'll interview different people, but if we do interview the same people, questions will be different, the format's different. I'm more hands on the camera, moving around, doing street interviews. So I never look at people like it's a competition or comparing and shit like that. And Zach TV, rest in peace to Zach. Me and him did interviews too.
Yeah.
And I'll interview somebody and then I'll call Zach and be like, hey, you should interview him too and help your channel. So don't ever think that it's my lane, your lane. I don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate your blessings. You know what I'm saying? Because you never want to be in a position where you feel like you stepping on somebody you care about toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And that's big that you say that, but this is a good lane to be in, for sure.
Man, for sure, man. But I want to just say, man, it's amazing seeing the growth, right?
Yeah.
Seeing how far you've came. I remember the day Studio 106 and how that was going and you picking up the camera and all that stuff, man. And here you are now, man, amazing home.
Yeah, appreciate it.
How does it feel to be a homeowner, man?
Man, it feels good. It was kind of hard at first because, I'm self-employed. Like I have my own business. So you got to prove that you're making the money. And then, I do a lot of write-offs too.
Right.
So then, they tried to, how that shit go.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah, and then you were one of the people that I first came to when I was trying to buy a house and you gave me great advice, but it feels good, man. It feels good. I mean, you have those people that say, don't buy a house because it's not a good investment. But me, I'm not looking at this house as an investment. I'm just living here to just live here. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care.
But sure, I'm quite sure your equity, your value in your property is going up.
This whole neighborhood is growing. This Dallas is growing itself, so you know what I mean?
Hell yeah. So I want to kind of start back with the origin. I know you told the story a lot, but being self-made, being self-employed, I remember you were saying like a lot of times that your first job or the job that you last had was like Home Depot or something like that?
Best Buy.
Best Buy.
It was Home Depot, Best Buy. Then it was like a little a mini job when I was like fixing cell phones.
Damn.
Yeah, nobody really know about that.
So are you a millionaire yet?
I mean, I made $1 million, but do I have $1 million in my account? No, I invest too much.
I got you.
Yeah, so, they always say you don't get rich by saving, you get rich by investing.
That's real.
But yeah, I've grossed $1 million before, but do I have $1 million cash? No, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like you go on Google right now and Google my net worth, it's gonna say I'm worth 41 million, and that's not true.
Shit.
Yeah, you can Google it right now. Shawn Cotton net worth, it'll say 41 million. But I'm not worth 41 million, and I don't have $1 million in the bank. But I've grossed $1 million.
I got you.
You know what I mean? So people get that, people who don't know business, hood niggas, and people who are money hungry, they think that when you gross $1 million, you have that in your account. But no, I have so much going in and out. I'm sitting on a cool, nice little something, but not $1 million.
So with, being a homeowner and a lot of investments, for those who kind of get into the entrepreneur game, man, like what is like Shawn Cotton tips and tricks or 3 tips that you would give for someone to be a successful entrepreneur?
Learn and know how to say no. A lot of people aren't strong enough to say no. There's a lot of people that call me for advice.
Yeah.
And we talk and I give them advice. And then on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I'll see them in the club. So it's like, what are you in the club for? Like, is it fulfilling for you? Like, do you want your ego? You know what I mean? Like, what are you, like, cause that's, to me, that's one thing I did real big early was I knew that my competitors, and what I mean by competitors is people who were kind of like trying to build that brand.
Yeah.
Those 3 days, they weren't working. So I said, if I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to get ahead of you. If I get 3 interviews and edit them and chop them up myself on the weekend, I know you're going to V Live, Ecstasy. I'm going to be ahead of you. So when you get back in work mode on Monday, I already passed you. So people don't know how to say no. When their friends call them on the weekend, yo, what you doing? Y'all want to go out? All right, bet. And then they out. Cause they're not learning how to say no. Everything is yes, yes, yes. They're scared to be criticized. They're scared to be, made fun of, and they're scared to look at like a square or boring. But me, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I went 4 or 5 years buying no new clothes. You know, the white Camaro, the old school used to joke about.
I remember that.
Everybody joked about it, but, and I didn't care about what people thought. I had this vision of what Say Cheese is going to be today.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, not saying no. That's just, to me, that's the biggest thing. Cause that falls under a lot of different shit.
So like the club and all that, cause you know, I put that in here.
Yeah.
No one has really ever seen you out and about like club. Like we know like your vices is seafood and eating, eating good. But like no clubs at all. Like you don't, you know what? Now that I think about it, the 9 going on 10 years I've been here, other than in the beginning when you was throwing the parties.
Yeah, and Jay Hayes would book me too. Shout out to Jay Hayes.
Yeah.
He would book me too, and then I used to throw my own shit.
Yeah.
But I was being a promoter for like 2 or 3 years, and I got like, it just got dry. Like, and then I don't dance, I don't drink or smoke, and then it's just like, I'm not attracted to women who go out anyways. So it's like, what am I doing? Like, what am I really doing? I'm not gonna say I don't like niggas, but I'm an introvert. So it's just like, I'm just a real introvert. To me, talking sometimes is draining. Like, if I don't know you, small talk is draining to me. Like having a conversation that I'm not like this conversation, but like a dry conversation that I know I'm not going to ever talk to you again is draining to me. It makes me tired. No, seriously. I don't drink or smoke. I'm not attracted to females in the club because it's kind of like, I like girls that are like, I like a girl that's at like Barnes and Nobles or at home cooking or doing fun shit. Like, and I don't dance, you know what I'm saying? So what am I doing in the club? It just didn't make sense to me. Okay.
So I saw that you put on Facebook the other day. I'm gonna hit this quote. If you never took a life-changing risk, I don't want to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
So kind of like break that down.
Basically, it's a lot of people. Like, I'm not saying you don't have to be successful for me to listen to you.
Right.
Because it's a lot of OGs in the hood or anybody. It's a lot of coaches. It's a lot of people older than me that know more than me from experience. But then there's a lot of people on the internet who they're sharing all this game and they don't live by it. That's what I was really talking about.
I got you.
But I mean, I respect my dad. I talk to him often. My mom. I respect anybody older than me. Just, I respect your elders. That's how I was raised. But there are a lot of people out here who are preaching something and they're not trying to tell other people what to do and they're not following it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what that was saying. Like, bro, you judging me, but then you doing way worse than me.
So does Shawn Cotton feel any pressure? I mean, being that successful, one of the top blogs in the country, sitting here to keep that top spot, do you feel pressure?
Not really, because I don't feel. I look at like Vlad and Breakfast Club and No Jumper. I look at all these because I'm not really like. Say Cheese isn't really like mainstream, So I always look at Vlad and people who are more followers and more subscribers and more views. I look at them as like, oh, I'm trying to go for your spot. I don't feel like I'm the top spot. You know what I'm saying?
So you really feel like Say Cheese is not mainstream? Because let's look at it like,
no, it's nationwide, but it's like, and the Drake shoutouts, that's cool. But I'm talking about as far as like, I haven't turned it into a monopoly yet. You know what I'm saying? Like a full, when these big artists release their album, they gotta go to Say Cheese. No, I'm still underground. So I still look at other people for, for motivation. I don't think I'm at the top spot yet.
Cause I look at it like, right, like, with the majors, like I feel like most people, I feel like you are like a diamond pit. You are like a gold mine where people come to Say Cheese and able to find the next hot thing.
Yeah.
To me, it just seems like that is a lot bigger than somebody that's already polished, that's already on.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I mean, but that doesn't, I get what you're saying, but with the commercial outlets, they kind of like, they get invited to the Grammys and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not there yet, but people know who I am. Like everybody knows what Say Cheese is. But as far as like the industry perks, I haven't really just got to get there yet.
Do you think Say Cheese had not been deleted the 2 times prior, do you think you would have been
millions of followers? I don't know yet because I'm black. You know what I'm saying? So it's harder for me.
I got you.
But these other people, there's other blogs out here that's not as big as Say Cheese, it's just different. There's politics involved, but I'm not blaming nobody. You know what I'm saying? You just got to work 10 times harder. I feel like I'm a lot more hated than other people because I'm black. I feel like if I was white doing what I'm doing now, I would be way bigger.
Be out of there.
There's no white person right now that's just hand picking people and changing their life. But because I'm black, we were raised to not trust niggas. Like that's just how we was raised. You're from Detroit. In Detroit, you can't trust nobody.
Facts.
So that's just how we are in the music industry. We're raised to fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it sometimes it hurts because it's like, damn, like me driving in my car, I'll be having them days where I'll be feeling like, damn, like by me building this, I could get, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I see it every day.
Damn. So like, I know you mentioned your moms, you mentioned your pops. When it comes to advice in life and real crossroad decisions, who does Shawn Cotton go to?
I go to April. That's my real estate agent, real close friend.
Okay.
She's real spiritual, real religious. So it's a lot of times where I'll be feeling or thinking a certain way, but then when I talk to her, it's like she gives me how they on cartoons, it's the devil and the angel.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll be talking to the devil, but then talking to her is like talking to an angel. So it's like I reach out to her, I reach out to my mom. But my mom, she kind of like worried too much, so I don't like to stress her out. And my dad, he's really, he's the same way, so I try not to really just go to them. But just people, my peers, like I like to go to them. I even sometimes will call you for advice.
That's
I would call my man's Beef. He's in the industry, real cool guy. This mentors for real, people who are older than me that been here before.
So when it comes to Shawn Cotton, you're not one who really shies away from controversy.
Nah, I love it.
But what is the biggest misconception people have about Shawn Cotton?
I think I'm hardly around people, so I don't really know what people say. I think you be in the studio more. But I don't think people could really call me cocky. Like I don't go around and I think people think I don't know music because I post a lot of guns and violence, but only if people knew, like some of the biggest artists out right now are from me, charting, Rahway, got him his deal. It's little things people don't know. I'm not out here on the internet all day, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get the people, people say something, I retweet it.
Right.
But I'm not out here trying to get people to buy into what I'm doing. It's either you know or you don't. But yeah, Rodwave charting right now, Glock 9, gold, platinum records, Cash Page, about to go gold. I mean, there's a lot of people under my tree that are real artists that are doing their thing. Now, that's a lot of knuckleheads too that I co-sign because that's the day, that's what we're in right now. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they champion that type of music, the drill music.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Say Cheese, that's how Say Cheese was built. It wasn't built off Kendrick and J. Cole and rap like that. You know what I'm saying? It was built off of, I'm gonna fuck you up when I see you. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna it's the reality of what goes on in the Detroits and the Chicagos and the St. Louis and the Oak Cliffs and the shit like that. So I think a lot of people don't think I know music, but if only they knew, you know, Quando Rondo went viral on our shit. Platinum selling record. Artist. YK Osiris. TK. I could keep going. Like, you know, and then, man.
So you kind of consider yourself the artist whisperer. Do you feel like you have the method down to what it takes to break an artist? Do you think you get it down?
Yeah, but the artist has to have a dope story too. You just can't be a good rapper no more. See, if the baby didn't kill dude in Walmart, do you think he'd be on right now? I'm asking you.
That's really what put him on my radar.
Yeah,
honestly.
But I interviewed him before then.
Yeah.
When people counted him out because he was wearing a diaper and they thought it was corny.
Yeah.
I remember the next South by Southwest, it wasn't up. Later on, I didn't put him on at all. I'm just saying.
Right.
Drake keep mentioning me with him. And I fuck with the baby. I'm just saying, like, people wait until a story goes on. They want that. They want their favorite rapper to be a superhero. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, if the baby didn't kill dude in Walmart, would he be on right now? The fans instigate a lot of shit that goes on.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They love that when a rapper dies, they rest in peace him to death. Oh, why'd you do that? Why didn't you have security? When a rapper's alive and he has security, it's this nigga pussy. He got security. It's rappers will trick you out of your position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
When Nipsey died, when 6ix9ine had security, it was 6ix9ine pussy. He got security. When Nipsey died without security, what they say?
Why he ain't have security?
You can't win because your fans want you to be some superior superhero. And I'm gonna go back to the baby. When he killed dude and got away with it, he started charting. Not saying that the baby didn't have a buzz, because people are gonna see this interview and run to the blogs and put the whole caption. Shawn Cotton said the baby was the man in his city.
Absolutely.
But when he killed somebody, it made him a superhero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fucked up. Because that's what it takes to get on. You just can't be a good rapper no more. You gotta have a story.
So who's the best story out of all the artists you came across? Who you felt like had the most moving, authentic, genuine story?
I just interviewed Newski 2 Squad out of St. Louis, 14 years old, homeless. Really homeless. Not sleeping on couches. I'm talking about sleeping at the park. Homeless. I interviewed him. 5 labels want him now. I'm not saying I put him on. I'm just saying that's how big the story was. TK was huge. I broke that story.
So let's talk about that, because a lot of people felt like you snitched on TK.
It was already on the news. It was already on the news. It wasn't like I said, call 817-567 if you see him. I was just reporting the news that was already reported.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So it wasn't like you was the breaking story.
Nah, I mean, it was already on CNN. But hood niggas don't watch CNN.
So you are the CNN.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, I'm just reporting something that's already been reported. He was, U.S. Marshals was already on his ass. And you know how he got caught? Snapchat. Not to say cheese post. He got caught by being on Snapchat.
Damn.
But then they say it was me. No, that nigga was on the internet.
Have you ever had a chance to talk to TK since being locked up?
Yeah, I did his interview.
That's right. I saw that.
I did an interview, 1.5 million views, I think. Put money on his books.
Yeah.
That's how I got the interview.
Okay.
I offered to put money on the books. It was a few hundred. It was a few hundred.
Long way in there.
Yeah, it was a few hundred. And he wasn't tripping. They didn't trip on how much. I just, they knew I was showing love.
Okay. So rumor has it that I want you to answer this.
You can record this too. On your phone. I need snippets. Yeah. You record.
So the rumor has it, if Shawn Cotton feels crossed, he put people on punishment. Is that true?
See, it's a lot of people that I don't see eye to eye with, but when they go to the internet with it, it's like, I can't fuck with you.
Okay.
It's a lot of times that me and somebody would get into it. I won't go online or nothing. I would just let it fizzle out. And then I'll post them probably later when Yeah. But when you go on the internet, suck my ick and doing interviews and making people try to engage with what's going on and make it bigger, I'll fall back. But there's been times where I don't see eye to eye with somebody. We'll talk, DM each other, cool. I fuck with you.
Yeah.
But when you get on this and you're trying to sway your fans that I'm an evil person, I'm trying to fuck up your career, I can't work with you. Because then you're putting our business out there and then you're not even talking to me. Like we're not even, a lot of beefs, a lot of differences could be done, could be canceled, could be squashed. Communication.
So I had one with like, so I saw an interview the other day.
Yeah.
And I believe it was, somebody was interviewing Half Pint or something like that.
Yes, Spare, I think.
Yeah. And it was like, it was, the thing is about like Shawn Cotton not returning calls, returning texts.
Yeah.
I know you personally, and I know you don't.
Yeah.
I talk shit every time. I just send random text messages just to talk shit. But like for people who don't know and they think like, yo, there's something personal against them, like, what is your process? Why would people feel like Shawn Cotton don't return call or text?
For one, I'm an introvert, so I don't know. Like for example, you'll call me, and then I may be listening to a song or editing a YouTube video or anything. I could be real estate, looking at a house, on the phone with an investor or a buyer. And then I'll be like, I'm going to call this guy back at 2:00. But by the time 2:00 comes, 5 more people call.
Gotcha.
And then it's just, I'm human. I'm dealing with all these different things. And sometimes I just forget. It's not like you're texting me, hey, call me ASAP. It's, I'm human. And we're men at the end of the day. I don't want to call and apologize or, hey, bro, I'm human.
Yeah.
But it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal.
So lately, I've been seeing you branded some high-powered assault rifles.
Yeah. Guns
and stuff, man. So tell me a little bit about that,
Just a hobby. I love guns. I'm not in no war, beef with nobody. I just love guns. Colton used to be big on guns before me. I wasn't messing with guns. But then Fat Boogie, Colton, all them guys, Street, telling me I needed to start protecting, myself.
That's real.
I just start going to the gun range and then seeing different guns and stuff like that. But I'm not a malicious person. I'm not out here trying to scare or think I'm hard or trying to kill anybody. I just like guns. You know what I'm saying?
What's your favorite out of all of them? What's your favorite one? What's that? You had an AR? Was that AR? What you had?
That was Scorpion. It was a Scorpion Evo. I don't really know yet. Probably the best one I got is the Kel-Tec shotgun.
Okay.
Yeah, the Kel-Tec. That's the one that has the crazy kickback.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so with being, because me seeing the guns and kind of me knowing you personally a little bit, and I understand what happened to Zach TV. I mean, you not shy to going into the most gutter, grimiest places in the country. After putting in all this work and everything, does Shawn Cotton feel more love or you feel more hate?
I feel more hated. No, I know people fuck with me, but I feel like the growth kind of came with a lot of hate too. I feel like people, personal, even people that I know personally, it's not the same no more.
Yeah.
And then it's artists that see me with these developing acts. So then they build a hate for me because they feel like, why them? Why not? Why him? Why not me?
Right.
So then people who I don't even know hate me because of me just doing my everyday work, like 30 Deep, Grimy, and C Murder out of St. Louis. They're buzzing now, doing their thing. That's the artist that I broke from the interview of having a 9 to 5. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw that.
Yeah, so it's just like it's people mad at me about me grabbing them. So I got people who I know that don't like me because of the growth and success, and then I got people who I don't know that don't like me because I'm not picking them. So
what is the weirdest state that you ever had hate from?
Baltimore. Baltimore and Detroit swear I don't love their artists. And I love Detroit. Baltimore's kind of slower as far as like Baltimore is kind of like, not slower, but you know, they just don't, things come with waves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Movements. Baltimore just haven't had that sound or that act yet. I mean, they got Ben Hunter, Izzy, and a few other, Shorty, and a few other people out there, but they still haven't had that break yet. So, you know, Baltimore is a really tough city.
Absolutely.
So we always report on a lot of shit that goes on in Baltimore. And they say that we only post negative things in Baltimore, but that's not true. We post good shit too. But Baltimore, they swear that I'm after them and I don't want to see them win. But I love Baltimore. I love seafood. I love blue crab. I love fucking going to that city and the culture. I love Baltimore, but the rap scene just has to pick up a little bit. And in Detroit, you know, they say I don't really fuck with Detroit, but I was the first out-of-state blogger going to Detroit doing
Hey, give you my credit, man, because Detroit, you came with me.
I did. No, I did.
You know, Detroit, y'all better show me some love, man.
Nah, for sure. For sure. Big D had me out there with Dex Osama.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him.
Rest in peace to Dex, man. So, at times we saw you in Mr. Beef. You wasn't shying away from that. And you had some pretty iconic beef. So, when it comes to a DJ Academics, man, what was the issue with that and where y'all stand now?
Academics, it was really no beef with him. It was just, he would still say cheese stories, but never give us the credit. But then he'll steal these white publications, the complexes, all these different people, XXLs and all the source magazines and credit them. And I'm like, damn, you can't show love to your own kind. Like, bro, we both black trying to get it. You have your own lane. You don't really just do solo interviews like that.
Right.
And he does like more commentary on YouTube. I don't do that. You know, so it was just like, dude, you showing everybody love. Like, what's the personal beef? Like, when I take your story, I give you your credit.
Right.
So it was never no beef. Like, if I was to see him, we wouldn't like, I don't know what it would be like. That would be interesting.
It'd be interesting. Yeah, I feel it, man. So then, this summer, I saw you pop shit with Adam 22. No jumping. So what was the jump for that? Because I think the guess of that whole situation was it was like he not breaking artists.
No. It's no beef with Adam. I actually fuck with what he has going on. It was just like people hate me for the same shit that they do, but people don't hate them. You know what I mean?
Kind of go in detail on that.
Like, for example, when's the last time you seen Adam 22 or a Academics or a Vlad go into these guys' hoods, or not even just going to the hood, but pick somebody who had no following that they believed in and change their life. You can't, you don't see it. But a guy like me who's really doing this shit, who's really getting people from the mud that got 5,000, 10,000 followers, 15,000 followers, taking them to the label, or not even just taking them to the label, building up their leverage, signing gold, platinum records, and doing all this stuff, Miami, jet skis, from going from facing 20 years to going to Miami and living your best life in the studio, food, record label, everybody reaching out. Niggas want Meek Mill in your DMs. Everybody, who's doing that? Why am I getting that hate and they not getting that hate? That's all I was saying. It was no hate toward Adam 22, but I'm like, yo, y'all hating a nigga that's really for the culture. I'm risking my life every day. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? These niggas are in Calabasas, LA, New York, Manhattan at their studio. I'm really in the trenches trying to find the next big thing. And y'all hate me? That's all I was saying. I was never saying that I didn't respect their work. I'm just saying that them dudes was playing this safe. I'm not playing this safe.
So when people say, okay, Shawn Cotton taking these shots, it's not necessarily you trying to look at artists, but Shawn Cotton is clout chasing. I'm
clout chasing who?
When trying to throw shade or pop shit off at Adam 22, who never probably said anything about you or DJ Academics, never seen it come up, and you initiating the confrontation. What would you say to those who say, okay, nah, this ain't really about that, it's a clout chase? That
tweet was directed by somebody who compared us three.
Okay.
It wasn't like I was just woke up in the morning like, yo, this what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say that. Nah. It was somebody who came in my shit and comparing us and stuff like that. And I'm like, yo, I really do this shit. Like, and I don't like name dropping because that shit corny to me, but I really do this shit. And I know Adam 22 got a few artists, Lil Peeps and the Lil Pumps and shit that he helped out. That shit's cool. You know what I'm saying? But people say I only support gangsters. He only support drug addicts. Let's keep it real. I don't do drugs. I don't think it's cool.
Are you a gangster?
Am I a gangster? I'm not a gangster at all. I got a team. I got niggas who would do whatever for me, but I don't believe in the term having a shooter. Why would I would never persuade somebody to go to jail over something that I got. You know what I mean? That shit's stupid to me. I'm gonna tell a nigga go get a bag. I don't believe in the whole I got shooters and I got niggas and I got this and that. I don't believe in that. I'll never tell a nigga to go out and bust anything about me. You know what I'm saying?
That's real, man. Damn, I'm glad you kind of cleared that up because I mean, I know some people was kind of like wondering that, like, man, what's your aim? So if you was to give like, Say Cheese a mission statement of what your goal is on a day-to-day basis, what would that be?
Breaking news, breaking artists, period. Breaking news, unique news, not news that you'll see every day and just unique facts, you know what I'm saying? Like lists, stuff like that, man. Like breaking new, fresh talent, and a lot of news that we post are relevant, but it helps the artist build a personality.
Absolutely.
Like when Lil Blueface just threw $100 bills at the homeless. It's a person. I call them personality posts.
Yeah.
Because it builds the artist's personality. You may not like their music or you may never listen to their music, but it makes you want to go check it out.
That's
you know
real.
what I'm saying? And that, like I said before, that's really crucial for artists. You want people to people have to buy into you. A lot of people like to buy into the artist first and then they go listen to the music.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
So when it comes to some of the artists, you named some earlier, that you held broke. Like when it comes to your mind, when you hear the name Cash Page, what comes to your mind?
Amazing talent, soft voice, superstar, tomboy, confident, hardworking, and stubborn. She's stubborn, but a lot of stars are stubborn because they know what they want and how they want it to be.
Okay. So then let's talk about Splurge.
Splurge, really hard working. Splurge is one of the hardest working artists I've ever dealt with. Cause I've signed artists after him and it just was like, it wasn't the same. Splurge will go knock out a whole tape in an hour.
Damn.
And then you'll go deal with another artist, you'll sign another artist and it's just not the same. Splurge, some artists needed to go get a whole fresh fit for a video. Splurge didn't give a fuck. Splurge was black t-shirt, black jeans, black shoes. Let's do it. Let's shoot it. I don't care. Splurge was like the Lil Wayne in the Hot Boy era. Like he didn't care about anything. He wanted to win.
How was your relationship now?
I love Splurge. We spoke on my birthday. He told me happy birthday. And we were supposed to meet up, but you know, he's busy, I'm busy. But there's no love lost. You know, he signed a nice deal. After, you know, he signed to me and, he's independent now, but, Splurge changed the game with Beat by Jeff and the No Melody, you know, that beat, you know how the simple beat and the punch in bars, Splurge is one of a kind.
Glock 9.
Huh?
Glock 9.
I don't have no beef with Glock 9. That was somebody who Quaisha discovered.
Okay.
Cause Quaisha's brother played football with Glock 9.
Okay.
And I was just somebody that was like the enforcer trying to tell Quaisha, you know, yo, you need to get paperwork. You need to do this. You need to do that. But there's no beef with Glock 9. We had a classic IG Live rant, beef, argument. But to me, it was just entertainment.
I got you.
I just wish people would just know it's just entertainment.
The artists that you help, do you feel like they typically grateful or do you feel like they switch up?
Rahway was the realest one. And people don't even know me and Rod. Us, I'm gonna say us because Quaisha discovered him too. I love Quaisha. I love Quaisha. But Quaisha was posting Rod Wave. Matter of fact, hey, can you put this and record it upwards? Please, upwards. Like flip. Yeah. You editing this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, Quaisha, I feel like Rod Wave was the realest artist that I've ever worked with because Quaisha started posting them. And we built them up a little bit on the Instagram super early.
Yeah.
And this is a story that nobody have right now. But yeah, we was posting Rahway, and I had went to New York. This was early, like 2 years ago. And you know how people are in the label meetings. They get around the A&Rs and just start. So the A&R at a meeting was asking me who's up next. And I was telling them like, yo, we working with this dude from St. Petersburg, Rahway. We working with this dude from St. Petersburg, Rahway. So if you're at a label meeting, it's always a person that's writing with a pen. Mm. It's always, if you're at a real important label meeting, he's always just writing any name you say. Rahway called me the next day. It was probably like 3 days later because it was around the holidays, around this time. Rahway said, "Hey, big bro, thank you." I said, "What you mean?" He said, "The label just called me that you went to." I said, "Oh, okay, that's what's up, man." And next thing you know, they signed him. I was never mad at Rahway. I was mad at the A&R that I told because it's like, yo, are we gonna, I can't get like a
finder's fee? Like,
can I get points on that? And my stubborn ass, they called me back a few weeks after that and tried to give me points, and I said, "Nah, fuck you."
Damn.
And now he one of the hottest in the game.
Yeah, he called.
Yeah.
Dude got go.
Shout out to Quaisha too, and shout out to him for keeping it real. He didn't even have to say thank you. And I'm not saying I put him on. I'm just telling you how.
Right.
Sometimes some niggas won't say thank you.
Who are some artists right now, if you want to shout out, that's like really heavy on your radar?
30 Deep Grimy, C Murder, Lil Loaded, superstar. His numbers are incredible. EBK Cyrac, F&B Long Money. It's a girl named Chloe. I'll remind you in this interview. She's from the same city as J. Cole. They went to the same high school.
Okay.
She's 21, I think, 22. She's going to be a superstar next year. Superstar, Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Superstar. I can't wait for the world to find out who she is.
That's dope.
That's one of the biggest projects that I'm excited about. Newski 2 Squad from St. Louis, 14 years old. He's homeless. Shout out to him. So it's a lot of artists. K9 out of Mississippi. It's a lot of artists.
What about it? What about artists out of Dallas?
EBK Cyrac from Dallas. Tay Money. Shout out to Tay Money.
She's bubbling.
Dallas, it's so much talent when you just say Dallas. It's so much, man.
Will there ever be a Say Cheese record label?
Oh yeah, I got a huge announcement next week. But it's pretty much already a record label. Yeah. But sometimes when I announce an artist, people don't want to fuck with him. Because it's like a spoon-fed, silver spoon effect, Yeah. So sometimes you have to have that. It has to be that calculated behind the scenes, pushing him, But sometimes you can't announce that I'm signing an artist.
Just want to kind of jump ahead a little bit. Current topics. Tekashi.
I knew you were asking.
So you got Tekashi who sentenced to 2 years. We know he'll probably get out either mid-2020, late 2020. Will Tekashi 6ix9ine pick up where he was? Will he be bigger than what he was before? What is Shawn Cotton prediction?
He's going to be bigger. He don't need niggas. Niggas are the most black people. We have that rule about snitching, and it's big in the Hispanic culture too. But as far as music, he doesn't need niggas. He already has a #1 record in Spanish. He doesn't need niggas. Period. And then for the first few records or few projects, people are going to tune in just to see what he's rapping about. That's a stream. You listening to it, that's a stream.
Yeah.
You YouTubing it, you watching it, that's a view. That's money. Any attention you give him, it's going to benefit towards him. All that people blogs talking about F him. Every time you say F him, he's winning. We just got to act like he's not there. But niggas are going to buy into it. You know why? Because he's going to get out and start talking shit. And niggas are going to buy into it. He's smart. He already know what he going to do when he get out of jail.
So 2020, when we end with this, prediction from Shawn Cotton. Who will be running the charts next year?
Cash Page, Chloe, 30 Deep Grimy. I think the Baby's still gonna be on top. Lil Baby's still gonna be on top. But as far as like new artists, man, it's TLE Cinco. He's from Alabama. He's on fire. Man, it's so many artists. Don't do me like that. Young boy, he's gonna stay on time.
That's crazy. I like Young Boy. I actually really got into it with him this year, like getting more in tune with him this year. I'm glad he was able to overcome his situation.
Sada Baby too.
That's my guy.
He's not with Tigres no more. So
I saw that.
So I'm hyped to see how is that going to affect anything or no.
Did you see that coming?
I already knew what it was before he said. I already had people in Detroit telling me like, yo, they not seeing eye to eye. I've been seeing that shit. And then even before I heard it, I kind of like, was like, I don't understand why artists sign to artists. Like if you're not signing to like a Rick Ross or somebody that's way out of your age range, it's going to always be that.
Right.
It's going to always be that. You got to sign to somebody who's kind of like 10 years older than you. Like more of like a big bro than a friend.
Because in Detroit, when I was up there in August, Sada Baby was that guy.
Yeah.
He running the city right now.
And Detroit rap is serious. It's like, Detroit is the only city I've been to where when you're in Detroit, that's all you hear is Detroit.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck about no Atlanta. They don't give a fuck about no Louisiana, no Texas, none of that. It's straight Detroit. The first city I've ever been to where it's strictly like that.
So what's going to get it to take to make Shawn step out to the club one time to see Shawn Cotton in the section? I know you don't drink.
Yeah.
But just to see you out and about, just to see you in that element, will we ever see Shawn popping the bottle, just celebrating life at a club?
Yeah. I'll do it. You know, a few crab legs. As long as we can get like some crab legs in the section. And it just be like a real like celebration.
Yeah.
Like not going out to shit on people.
I got you.
Like.
But ain't shitting on people sometimes fun?
I mean, it's fulfilling, but when you go home, it's just kind of like.
Got you.
It's not a feeling that lasts forever.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you with your friends and like Mike T and Colton came here 2 weeks ago and we just chilled in here and just talked for hours. And I still feel good about that.
Yeah.
You know? Like I see girls I used to talk to all the time and I'm just driving by in a Lambo and it's just like, it's not, I mean, it's fulfilling.
You drive by, you can't say that shit don't feel good.
It feel good, but it's just like, it's more to life, you know?
I got you, man.
Yeah.
Well, Shawn, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Yo, this is a classic interview.
Hey, man, I'm excited.
One of the best, man. Like, yo, where you get these interview skills from, man? Cause this shit, shit right here was fire.
Hey, man, I'll be watching TV, man. You know, that's what old people do. When you approach 40, you ain't got that to do but to watch TV.
30 years old, man. Shut up.
Yeah, man. But I appreciate you, bro.
All right.
Yeah.